getting back to practice, getting better, man. We got our work a little bit tonight, and we didn't execute well on offensive end.
So far, you guys haven't gotten the wheel really, playoff competitive team.
I mean, it bothers you whenever you lose, no matter who it is.
Doc wasn't blaming the bench for the loss. He said he needs more from the bench.
Yeah.
What have you thought of the bench last night?
I mean, I just think that, the bench got to bring, we got to be the group that brings consistent energy. We got to do all the little things. So I think that we fell short of that tonight, but next game we'll pick it up.
Keyon talked about the bench really still searching for an identity. What would you like the identity of this bench to be?
Just energy and toughness, man. Energy and toughness, and doing all the little things. That's what I think. Because it's gonna be nice where you hit your shots and nice where you're not. But you can be consistent with that.
What little things do you think we're missing tonight?
Just that. Energy and effort. I think you just gotta work.
Was effort the biggest issue when the rebounds tonight? The rebound differential, was that?
Word.
Was that out of the
that's just effort and toughness. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Doc didn't blame the bench for the loss, but he did say he needs to get more from the bench. Just how do you think the bench has played the last few games?
We haven't found our identity yet. I think this is a good way to have a little bit of a break. It was a bad loss for us tonight at home, but it gives us some extra motivation to get in the gym on Sunday. The starters will have off. We'll be in the gym. We'll be working, trying to get better. We got to embrace where we are. In order to help this team, we got to come in and do something positive. And tonight we weren't positive at all.
He said he's going to sit down with you and talk with you about what he can do and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that'll be a good conversation to have. Just when you know what your coach is looking for in particular, then it puts some accountability on me to go out and do my job. So I'll be looking forward to that conversation.
What do you think you need at this point?
Me in particular, I think I need to be more aggressive offensively. I'm coming off the pick and rolls and I'm looking to pass. I'm settling for too many three-pointers because I shot the ball well early in the season, and I need to get back to, kind of playing my game, and I think that'll help the team. I think in the second half, I had a couple good drives, kind of putting me in attack mode, so I want to make a conscious effort to be more in attack mode.
How much of that emerges as the bench emerges when you have?
Well, tonight was a weird night. I mean, we got off to a horrible start, 14 points in the first quarter. 25 for the half? Yeah. Was that a franchise low? Yeah, so offensively there was no rhythm. Defensively, I think we did some good things. We still got to do better closing out possessions. But offensively is a challenge for us on the second unit. But we'll get it corrected. I think we got to play faster. We got to find our own identity. Where we don't have any Ray Allens or Paul Pierces or Rondos in our second unit. So collectively, we're gonna have to find a team game that's suitable for us all.
How does that make the fact that you guys have a 4-day stretch now, where you can just start to maybe work out some of those kinks? It's a fairly long break given the schedule.
Yeah, well, we have a sense of accountability in our locker room, and right now we're not getting the job done. So we got to go back to the drawing board. We'll come in. We'll be very serious with it. We got great coaches, so they'll work with us, and we'll get it corrected. I'm sure of it.
On a night like this, Keyon, when the starters are obviously struggling to score, you mentioned 25 first-half points. How much pressure is there on somebody like you coming off the bench saying, the starters aren't scoring, maybe I can give them a little bit of an extra boost and try to do too much?
I think it's going to be nice where you have to step up. You just kind of have to feel the game. But definitely on a night where the starters struggle, we have to be able to step up. And it may come from a lot of different places. Some nights it's going to be Brandon. Most nights it should be Brandon. But, me, Keys, Avery, Wilcox, Greg, we all have to step up. And individually we can't do it. Collectively, I think we can get it done.
After New Orleans, you said that this team needs to be more of a hit-first mentality. Do you guys think you kind of approach that in some of the wins, but also these last two games have struggled off the start? What do you think attributes to that struggle off the start?
Yeah, I think we do have to be the aggressor. Yeah, if we come out and we're not the aggressor, it's not the best pace for our team. So, I agree with you on that. We got to be the aggressor. All right, no doubt.
Anything else? What didn't happen?
just I look at a couple things. Starting the game, first quarter, we only scored 14 points. Trying to figure out offensively what we could have done better. I don't know if we just missed shots. It's hard to put a finger on it. Down the stretch, defensively, we didn't get stops. But I think consistently throughout the game, we had looks we didn't make. But offensively, it seems like when the ball movement doesn't happen, then we end up putting ourselves in bad situations on defense. But I thought we played good defense consistently throughout the game until the third quarter where we scored and then they scored. And then they, the balls ended up bouncing their way. Over the course of the game, it just, they just seemed like they played harder than us ultimately for 4 quarters, and that for us can happen.
Was it difficult to summon the energy? Was it just difficult to summon the energy team-wise?
No, I can't say that we didn't have the energy. It was just, I felt fine personally. It was, sometimes when you're out there on the floor, we're trying to get the ball from one side to the other and just make a simple play. Anytime we try to do too much, it hurts our offense. I think, with great slashers, great scorers, the more we move the ball and, the simple, advanced pass, it helps our offense so much better than taking an extra dribble.
Doc was talking today about doing a great job kind of being up in your space and really pressing you guys, spreading you guys out and not giving you much space. Did you sense that early on from them?
Well, they did pressure elbows more on the bigs, and anytime we went to the post, they put more pressure, and they forced us out a little bit more. We didn't own our space offensively, but we still, even despite their aggressive nature, we have where our plays run, we have multiple options, contingencies to play if somebody denies the wing, or if we can't get the ball in the post, we have alternatives throughout our plays, and it's we just got to get to executing and getting that ball on the side of the floor.
So many times before, Ray, when you hit threes, the offensive rhythm seems to jump started. It didn't really carry over into the fourth quarter. Why was that?
It seems momentum was going in our favor, but on the other side, it just seemed like the ball bounced always in their favor. They miss a shot, and then the ball would bounce, back in their hands, and they'd get a shot, get a score. So the ball just didn't bounce in our favor tonight. And, a lot of that are those plays that you create for yourself when you make that good luck fall in your corner. And I think hard work does contribute to that. And, they played hard.
Ray, most people fight their way back to work after fighting through the flu. It takes a few days to feel like you're back in normal skin. Do you feel like that?
I felt more winded during the day. Just while I was getting in the morning, I made sure that I got that wind, running the treadmill, and then get my shots up this morning and this afternoon. So, I felt like I was, I felt good. I was tired, but by the game, I was back in my own. So, once you play, you can get, nobody cares whether you're sick or not, or how your body feels. So, once I was key back in, I just like that was now in the past, so I had to move forward.
Ray, what about you, Paul George, on you? Did that bother you at all because he's so long?
No, it didn't bother me. I still got to my spots. I would like to get to him more. Anytime I get open, just kind of misdirection, getting underneath and letting other things set screen for me. A lot of times they got them and I end up open. I don't think we got a lot of transition opportunities tonight. Transition, you always find a guy out of position. We didn't have a lot of that, when we created runs for ourselves. Ultimately, we're half-court offensive areas. We're good in half-court, but we're able to run.
Wait, what about the rebounding differential? Is that more a product of energy or being out of position?
I say both. But again, a lot of times, you look up, the ball is bouncing. One time, Kevin and somebody else had great position on Foster, and, had him boxed out, the ball bounces over his head, and if Foster gets it where only he could have got it, and he puts it back in, and, those types of plays dealt blows to our defense. And, you don't really play good defense until you get the ball. And, we thought we were playing good defense, but we couldn't finish with the ball.
How much is there going to be nights where you guys just don't have that extra?
No, I mean, all of it is, we look at what we didn't do. You always kick yourself and you say, hey, we could have been so much better. We made so many mistakes. I don't think anybody looks at where we've come from, in the schedule, how many games we played or how many teams we played in so many days. It's a tough situation when you look at it and you sit back and you think about it tonight when you're not playing or you didn't play well, and you think about all the things you could have done better. If I just would have moved here and called help and talked a little bit better, that's kind of how most of us on this team. That's kind of how we live our nights after you lose. You got to figure out a way to get better and think through your head what you could do to be better, and more importantly, on veteran teams like this, you don't make those same mistakes next time you play.
What does it mean to have a couple days off and then maybe a couple days of practice, kind of get you going before Wednesday?
I just always like playing. It's great to be able to practice. Being able to go over plays and talk about certain things and kind of reinstitute, defensive philosophies and execution on offense. But you learn full tilt, in game situations. So, it is great for us at this juncture because we haven't had a lot of days. So, I look forward to it.
Last time this team scored 25 in the first half was against you. You're on the other side of that.
But it sucks when you're on the low end that you don't want to be a part of a situation like that, especially with the high power we have. You don't think that we could score so many few points. So just again, every time you fight those season like this, there's so many games that you use as teaching points. Forward. You hope you don't have them, but we always can look back and say, remember this game, even when we played them again, a couple weeks ago.
Thank you, Rajon.
Thank you. Doesn't seem like offensively, especially.
You have to realize too, we aren't practicing.
Right.
So it's gonna be times where we're gonna struggle offensively. I think the biggest thing for us tonight wasn't necessarily the struggle that we had offensively, is that we got pounded on the boards. We didn't stick to some of our defensive principles. And it's a trickle-down effect. When you get 2 and 3, you have opportunities at shots, and you're going to make some. Especially a three-point shooting team, a team that's young and it's energetic, just flying around the court. You want to keep them at one possession now. We had quite a few possessions where we were able to get the stop, but then, we got the rebound. Yeah. And a lot of it is, when we're talking about rebounds, a lot of people talk about big guys rebounding, but it's a team effort because we use our bigs to help them.
Right.
So what's happening is we get caught a lot with just one big under the basket. They got 2 bigs and another forward under the basket, so we get pounded.
Right.
So we need more effort collectively as a group, and then the bigs got to get back in there and rebound the basketball. It's really, in this league, you can have give yourself excuses on why it didn't happen. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it counts as a win or a loss. And if you get a loss, you got to correct it. Now we get a couple days off and get some time to practice. We literally have not practiced. We went through shoot rounds, and it's hard to. Doc is doing a very good job of trying to monitor guys' bodies and trying to give them a break. But what we got to do because this is our last time to really kind of put it together before the schedule really picks up for us.
Yeah.
With the 25-point first half, is that at all getting your guys' head as far as how little production you guys had? You think, as far as shots?
Well, they wasn't that much better.
So
so I think defensively, we had a 5-minute span in the second quarter where we kind of gave up some points, but a lot lot of that is second chance points. You know,
Yep.
we're going to be better offensively. We just got to make sure that defensive end and the rebounds, we take care of those things. On one and out, if we're both struggling, we lack our chance. You know, if it came down to it, you know, with the last couple possessions. But if you give them more opportunity to get more confident, then they're going to end up making plays. And tonight, Indiana did a very good job of making plays when they got the opportunity.
A couple days off, Jermaine, but you're going to also get a couple days of practice as well.
Right.
Talk about how important
I was just talking about, people, I know you guys are going to write a blog about how terrible we were offensively, but, we just haven't practiced. I mean, there's just no way you can run the guys, when you're playing every other day, because it's gonna affect us, on game days. Now we get a day off to rest our bodies, and we're back at work, and we get a couple of days to really bang bodies, to really run our sets. And I mean, we've been coming in doing dummy drills and stuff like that, so guys can get contact. But it's nothing like competing in practice, getting used to screens and holding guys off to get rebounds, rotations and all of that. And we just basically having to talk our way through it. And sometimes you can get away with it, and sometimes you can't. And tonight we didn't.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was bad from start to finish.
Why was that? Because Doc said you had a great practice yesterday and a strong shootout.
Yeah, we did. It's just didn't have it tonight. No excuses. Give them the credit. I think we came with the right mindset. It's just I think when our offense wasn't falling, it kind of carried up a little bit defensively, even though we did a pretty good job in the first half defensively. But when we got going offensively in the third quarter, we still didn't get any stops.
Second chance points were really an issue for you guys. I think they had 19-5 advantage. Let's talk about just why they were able to get so many opportunities.
It's not only on the bigs, it's all five of us out there. So we didn't do a good job boxing out. Bars getting beat up the dribble. Our bigs were stepping up, and when they shot the ball, our bigs were off their bodies. So give them credit. Like I said, there's no excuses. We just played really bad tonight in the show.
You get a couple days off, and then you come back. You get a couple more days to practice for your next game. Talk about just the importance of getting a little bit of rest and some reps in as well.
I don't think we're as tired as it may seem. Our schedule's been pretty good except for the first 3 games. Other than that, it's been every other day. So guys are doing a great job. I think we're taking care of their body. It's just we have to pick up the system a little bit more quicker, a little bit better out there, execution-wise, offense and defensively.
Are there things you hope to get to in the next couple of days that maybe you didn't get to because training camp was only 2 weeks long?
There's still no excuse. We still have times where our second unit or our first unit comes in early and goes over our rotation defensively or new plays offensively. So it's not the short training camp. It's just we have to lock in and focus better.
Why wasn't the ball moving out tonight where it typically is?
I mean, it was ball moving. You can't just look at the stat sheet and say the ball wasn't moving. It's just he probably would never go, what he went tonight, and we just didn't shoot well as a team. Just the bottom line is, if Pete make a couple shots and our assists go up, it's not necessarily you look at the stat sheet and say we didn't pass the ball, move the ball around. It's just we didn't make shots.
What about being more aggressive? I mean, you happy with how aggressive, although you didn't get the calls you wanted?
Yeah, we ain't talk about the calls.
What about Indiana? I mean, did they do anything in particular to take you out of your...
Me or our team?
No, not you, or you. Did they do anything?
I got where I wanted to be on the court. It's just some of the layups I missed tonight could have been fouls or not, but I still got to finish at the basket. I think I'm not athletic enough to make those shots. A lot of them I could have made or made the shots more difficult than what they had to be. So, bottom line, we just got to bounce back.
What was the biggest contribution to the last 2 games and the slow starts on offense in the first half?
Thank you, folks. Thank you, Rajon.
If you can just in your own way, sum up what went wrong tonight, how would you go?
I just felt like first off we didn't have any rhythm. We usually have a decent offensive flow. I thought for the most part defensively it was pretty sound. I thought third quarter they got away from us a little bit and got into a better offensive rhythm. And then they pulled away, and we didn't make any type of decent run. that's pretty much the game. You know, Paul's not going to go 3 for 17 tonight. You know, I think Brandon Bass hit some easy shots. I mean, missed some easy shots, a lot of in and outs. Lord knows I missed enough shots. Just didn't have the flow there. I thought they was a lot more aggressive than we were. They set the tone. They hit first, and that was pretty much the game.
The rebounding, is that a team-wide thing in terms of
The onus is always on the bigs to rebound, obviously. But, you know, Rajon's, he's been known to get 10 to 11 rebounds. So it is on the team. But it starts with the bigs, myself included. We all have to do a better job. I know I have to. And it's a great platform to learn from, though, you know, early on in the year like this. Teaching points for, you know, these days coming up for practice, and hopefully we can apply them to the next game.
It's been it's obviously been a whirlwind coming out of the lockout. You had 2 weeks of training camp and 2 weeks packed of games, super packed enough. What's it going to be like the next 4 days? Kind of have a couple days off and then a couple days in the gym with some marquee teams.
Good days of preparation. I think it's coming at the right time. Practice makes perfect. And we're going to exercise that. I'm pretty sure Doc's already told us that we're going to come in. I mean, we're looking forward to the days, actually, because there hasn't been a lot of practice time. So these are work days for us.
As a veteran, Kevin, guys as they get further along in their careers don't really look forward to practice as much. But with the shortened season,
it's because they're not workers. You understand? They're not workers, man. You know, when you lose, man, the first thing you want to do is correct it. So a guy that makes that comment, you know, it's not a worker first off. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish your question.
Yeah, but as you get older, practice, you're more focused on the games. You want to get out there and play games. With the shortened lockout season, is practice an even greater premium now to get in there and be productive in practice?
It's essential. It's essential now. You know, you don't have a lot of time. Practice times is more valuable than anything. So when you're in there, you want to be productive. You obviously want to get things done. And you know, since I've been here, that's what it's been. So I see these days coming up as nothing less than that.
So how do you, when you have one of those nights where nobody seems to, how do you try to get it to click and get into that rhythm that you like?
If I knew that, we probably wouldn't have lost the game. Yeah. But these are learning points, and I'm sure Doc's going to pull these points out, and we will learn from them.
Last time we talked to you, you said that Doc had been on you a little bit more to shoot the ball. How much was that in your head tonight? I mean, did you make a more concerted effort to shoot more?
No. I made a valid effort to be a lot more aggressive, to follow the game plan. Whatever's asked of me, I do. Nothing more or less than that. I think everybody tonight was trying to, at one point, you know, see if he could, you know, obviously rejuvenate the team or restart the team or you ignite the team or whatever you want to call it, versus doing it, you know, together. And you know, that's just every guy having some pride and trying to see himself as it. And you know, we usually make a good run, or we usually make comebacks when we do it together. So, like I said, this is a great learning tool, and we're going to apply the things that we're going to learn from the next couple of days in practice and watching film, and better prepare for the next game. I think that was it.
Was it?
All right, guys.